Yeah. What's up, everybody, man? We back talking to town, man. We here with Niikii Kage. We kind of gonna be giving y'all a little tribute to Buckz, man, and just the legacy. We gonna discuss the legacy he left with all the artists he touched and everything, and kind of discuss that, man. Being that we just had that recent passing, man, and what's up, man, Niikii? Let everybody know who you are, bro. For the folks that don't know who you are that are tuning in.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Big Nutty, aka Nicky Cage, Ill City's finest. One of Ill City's finest, of course. Satan. Moving and grooving, artist, ghostwriter, etc., etc., etc. The resume is pretty long, extensive, but still pushing though.
Yeah, for sure, man. We glad to have you up here on the platform, bro. This is an interview for those who don't know that we was actually supposed to do like, man, shit, months ago, bro. Prior to Bucks and me, I really
Yeah,
wanted it to be on better terms and kind of in a, I wanted it to be kind of in person, but I feel like everybody kind of need to hear, what I'm saying, a little bit about, the scene and his impact, because I don't think everybody know just the people he reached, bro, like you, me, guys that's really been in this thing
yeah.
and actually moving and grooving with the music.
Well, his impact, in my short time knowing bro, I know bro probably about 9 years, 9, 10 years, 10 years. I probably was in that area probably like 12, 13. So I'm gonna say like 10 years fairly. And bro always had a good attitude, bro. Bro mindset was whether you like what he say or not, he's still gonna say what he say because regardless of the fact, and you gotta understand that that's anybody. It's a fact to you always, but once it come out and another person receive it, it becomes an opinion to them. So it's like so you a lot of I know how to take people like bro just was solid with what he stood on. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't force him to believe nothing else if this what he
Fact,
believed. Like, you know what
fact.
I mean? Like you gonna argue till you blow in the face. Like it's not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna win like that.
Nah, he definitely stuck to
I
his
mean,
vision. Like I said, he was an outside the box thinker, bro. Like, bro, always like if you had a plan, he always seemed to be able to add a different little piece, even if he didn't believe in your plan 100%. He could say, well, you might want to try this or that. Just being a visionary, bro, was definitely stuck on not doing things the traditional way, bro. You feel me? Not doing everything the
right,
traditional
right,
way. Even
right.
down to his sound and music. You know what I'm saying? And speaking on them and I just want to ask you, bro, what's some advice you would give to some guys that's out here struggling to make they spot known in this music world? Because I think that was a part of bruh's struggle that he wanted people to feel his music and kind of understand that his talent and believe in him the way he believed in himself, like you was talking about.
Well, I feel like honestly, you gotta be one to go get it. You gotta make a plan to lose money in order to gain a lot of position in this game. And I say that respectfully because you're going to invest in some things that they might not take off right away when you expect. But you got to understand, an investment, there's no time limit on an investment's progress. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Everything is a process. And, with all of us, and I include myself, up and coming artists now, you always got to take heed and remember that you got to put your best foot forward and invest in yourself in order for somebody else to want to invest in you.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah, for
found that
sure.
to be, very factual because I've been a lot of places to go a lot of places, and I don't plan to be some of the places I'll be or wind up. I just pop up, and it might be at this place, and now I'm with this person, and then it comes out like, yo, what you got for this? Oh, I got something for that. You got to stay equipped too. You got to stay active. Stay active,
Oh, for
man.
sure. I think that's for sure a big thing. I like to speak on just to piggyback on you talking about being ready for the moment. I think a lot of us, like I said, make all these plans, and then a lot of times we're not, like you said, equipped for the moment. You got to capitalize on them little even if it's just another city over, going over to your next city and being ready to have a verse ready, to be ready to be in a video, whether it's a cameo, whether it's whatever it's got to be. I think a lot of us got to seize the moment more. You know what I mean? As far as our artistry, like we get comfortable in wanting to just do what we do instead of
Yeah,
being, like you
you gotta
said,
get it.
going other places. You right? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta hit the road. I mean,
You
you
gotta
gotta,
get out.
you know, I'm firm on building out to bring it back in. Right? Home always gonna be on the fence, right? They always gonna be on the fence
Right.
about you. Some might buy in, some won't. But you definitely gotta seize every moment. Every moment is an opportunity to build a bridge to help you excel as an artist, bro. Honestly, you know what I mean?
It's true. You gotta travel, man. Like I'm all over the place with it, and for a lot of different reasons, but it still put me in position to be afforded a lot of different opportunities that I have been. And I tell anybody that, man, and I welcome anybody too to travel. If I'm traveling, man, like, what's up? What you doing? Like, what's up? You want to take a trip? It might be beneficial to you. You feel me? I can't. It's not a planned thing. It just happens, man. Especially the people I'm around and the places I go. And so I'm only saying that to say those are opportunities that I'll be afforded by me just being at the right place at the right time. That can happen with anybody. I
Facts.
ain't no special person because that happens, dog. I'm just a person that's observant and I really push for this grind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a strong team. Like, Ill City, man, like, it's not light. Like, the quarterback, man, Reek, shout out to Reek, man. Shout out to Big Stop. Big Stop got something coming real soon, too. He about to smack the streets, boy. My boy is a beast.
Oh,
You
not to
got
cut
Dot
you off while
Bundini.
you brought it up, bro. Give the people, let the people know what Ill City all about, man. Give them a little rundown while you just brought it up.
Ill City, man, well, like I said, big shout out to Reek, man. Reek formed something. Reek went around the different cities in the hood and got different artists and put us all together. We formed a family. And Reek, that was a genius move. He did, man. That was real genius. And I was like one of the last pieces, even though that's my homie in a whole different stature. That's my brother, regardless. But as far as business, I was like one of the last pieces that was brought to the table, and it felt good to be brought to the table, or even considered to be brought to a table of such a huge room of impact. That's the best way I can say it, because like everybody can. You feel
Facts.
me? Imagine being in the studio with eight of you.
Right,
you
right, right.
you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's
Facts.
real. Yeah, it get real. It get real, man. So you got to come with your hardest, and I love it
Facts.
because it's like a family competition within ourselves to win, but it's a peaceful competition. It betters us all. You feel me? We unify, and that's the key thing. Unify. We're a team. We're a family. We know how this thing orchestrated. Once we hit us with the plan, that's what it is.
No, I'm glad to hear you say that because a lot of us as artists, bro, especially starter artists, we be hesitant to want to link up and be creative and collaborate with other people because it's all about us. But you can't operate, you know what I'm saying, as a group, but still have individual goals inside that group, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna need it. It makes the process easier, don't it, bro? When you need a feature, boom, you reach out to your man. When you need the video, you need the guys in the background, boom, it ain't nothing but a call away. You know what I'm saying? When it's just
Right.
you trying to push everything about yourself, it kind of makes it kind of harder on yourself as an artist to look the part or even have the pieces you need on a day-to-day basis, bro. So I'm glad that speak on that. I want people to hear that. That's why I wanted to bring it up, bro. I want people to hear that. I'm familiar, we chopped it up about what you got going, but I definitely wanted the folks to know, what I mean, that hey man, there's guys out here that's moving and grooving and they're doing it together and making shit shake. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be all about you. um, One thing I wanted to ask you too, bro, before we move on was, what do you think this 814 scene is missing, bro? Being that you've been out here in the game, kind of moving around.
Um, we tried it once before, all of us, and like see, I fuck with everybody individually, even though everybody might not be intertwined with everybody else. You get what I'm saying? So what I see from that aspect is like you need a different you need a leader that's not from the from the actual plant, man, because it's like it's too many fighting positions. It's too many fighters for that position right now. You know what I'm saying? It's too many. It's like you gotta. Let me say it in the best way I can. Everybody want that top. Okay, let's keep it 1,000. Everybody
Right.
want to be at the top of anything they do. That's any of us, any human being. Is well respected, but it's like the saying: every great leader once was a follower. How can you become a
Mm,
great leader if you can't be willing to follow and understand? Because even leaders follow. We all
right.
follow something. So, with that being said, it should be easy for 10 people to follow one person in the door. We all can't fit through that motherfucker at the same time,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And
I
that's
think a
the
lot
I
of it is, bro, people be burnt. You know, people get burnt out in this thing, but it's like only one way it works. You have to create a machine that's decent enough to push any artist. It doesn't have to be you. It has to have established a scene first, don't you think? You have to build the ecosystem first for anybody to fish out the pond. You know what I'm saying? We can't fish out the pond if it
well,
ain't
see
big
what they
enough for
look
but
for.
one person.
What they look for too, man, in the game, man, is that your support within your community. So it's good that you touched on the 814 scene. Like one thing about me, it don't matter who got something going on. If I'm in that area, I try to pop out, show love and support. It ain't about me partaking in the activity or festivity, none of that shit. I pop up and show love, and that's genuinely. You know what I mean? It ain't a person in this area can say I never popped up for him,
No
and that's
facts.
real. You
Now
know,
people
so
need to utilize,
um,
bro, tapping in with you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a wealth of knowledge in this shit, bro. You know?
yeah. I mean, I'm always willing to share whatever, man, and invite others that to travel and see things on their own, because it ain't nothing like seeing it for yourself. You know, you see it for yourself, and you really, you intertwine with it for a few days, and you live in that shit for a few days at a time. It's different, man. It's different. So,
Oh, for
a
sure.
lot of people want deals, and a lot of people want distribution deals, marketing deals, this and a third. But you got to be ready for it. 'Cause when it's time to get out there, you got to get out there. It ain't no hold up, time out. Nah, that's a flag on the play. You got to keep it moving.
For
You got to
sure.
really get into what you're doing. Like you can't. Like you got to be one of them people that is ready to get up and go. Like right now, it's like, yo, listen, we need you over here, and X, Y, and Z. You got to be on a plane first thing in the morning to go here, this, that, and the third. I got to make that happen so I can make that happen.
Right,
That's
right,
just how it
right. You
goes,
definitely gotta have the resources to get to where you got to go. You know what I mean? For sure.
right?
For
Like, I mean,
sure.
I didn't flew places, did work, and was back where I left at in the same day. Like, for real, bro. Like, it's hard work and dedication, bro. It's hard work and dedication, man. What up, man? I always tell people they ask me, yo, you know how people be like, go hard or go home, like that be people's slogan and stuff. Me, I looked at it like coming out the system, man. When I came out the pen, man, it was like you ain't think about a home, so you're gonna be homeless. So you're gonna be going hard as hell to foundate you something. And I keep that attitude when I'm grinding, because if I don't, I feel like I'm weakening myself. So I gotta keep that
Mm,
attitude like I don't have it. So I gotta grind, I gotta push, I gotta push, I gotta push, I gotta push. You feel me? A lot of people give up on themselves. Don't give up on yourself. Time
what's
and
some
patience,
advice you can
man.
get it? I did some time too, bro. Not to cut you, I did some time too. What's some advice you can get to the people that's coming home out the system, bro, and kind of trying to get their shit together?
Yo, man, first off, I start some advice off with saying, if ain't nobody told you they love you today, man, Cage love you. Because, it's hard to embrace that type of feel coming from out the system, for one. And for two, um, don't let nothing deter you from your dreams, man. Don't let your past hesitate your future. You know, because we could easily do that. We get discouraged. We come home, we apply for a job, and that person tell us no. And, you know, we get two people tell us no, then we get discouraged real quick because look at what we came from. You can't get discouraged from that, man. You know, like I'm a prime example, dog. Like, you know, I was told I never my license was suspended indefinitely. I got CDL. You know, I was
Congratulations, man.
told, well, thank you, man. Like I was told, you'll never see the streets again. Where I'm at, you
Right,
feel me?
right.
And legitly too, though. Like I stood
Mm,
on mine. Like you feel what I'm saying? I stood
facts.
on mine. Like you know, I was the last one to get sentenced out of my camp, dog. So what? Can I tell you something?
Right.
You feel me? And the thing is, you know, and that's not no bro. That's just even though that was my years of negligence. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned from it. Like I, you know, some of those
Facts.
morals and guidelines I still stand on. You know, that shit don't change. I just matured and you know got a better plan in life life for the lives I created.
For sure. Just because we speaking about the street, everybody know. Like I said, I'm a street dude, but I'm trying. We always be that, right? But you try to be out here and reform yourself to kind of, be out here and stay out here. So like, how you feel about the music, bro, mixing in with the street? How you feel about artists kind of crashing out in this era versus like I don't know what I grew up on. I'm not old as you, but I'm older. You know what I'm saying? It was like the music was the way out the street, not in. You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that, bro?
Um, First off, I won't never discriminate against music because music is a creation, and everybody entitled to their own creation. So respect, much love and respect to everybody who's a creator or even a fan of music. First, to start it off like that. But me per se, I don't specifically like everything I listen to, but I might be interested in something in the song. You get what I'm saying? It might
For
be
sure.
the punch. It might be a punchline. It might be an instrument. You know, it could be anything. So it's not saying that like you know I like the song. Something might have caught me. Now that can grow me to like the song, but you know I'm just saying like it be like that with music. But everything ain't for everybody. So when I listen to music, I might like the track. I like how the young boy flipping the bars, but that don't mean it's for me. That ain't my
Facts.
age bracket. So I'm not mad at him either though, because he's catchy. If you got me bopping, it's catchy. Not saying that that's something that I'm a fan of, but you got
Right.
me bopping because of the rhythm, with how you, with your creativity. You know what I'm saying? So I got to salute to that first and foremost. That don't mean I'm a fan of it, but I respect it and I respect your craft. You get me?
For sure. For sure. Um, I always see you, bro. You always be having the messages. Like I said, I kind of be on the motivational thing too. What made you want to start doing that? In addition to your music and everything else you got going on, what was the inspiration behind that, bro?
Because a lot of people don't get told some of the things they need to hear to keep pushing in life. A lot of people, you know, I run into a lot of people in a lot of different parts of the world, man. And I met so many people that have been depressed and, you know, go through things and this, that, the third. You feel me? So it could be something that you say that can make a person whole day better. So then it comes to it like, damn, all right, well, I'm gonna drop a jewel today. You know what I mean? See what people take to it, you know, and keep them sharp on their toes, man, because it's real life shit. This is shit I see every day. You feel me?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I think, like I said, in amongst our community, I know what I'm used to, bro. Like, I don't think we give each other, like, especially in the black men, no positive affirmation daily. You feel me? It's like everything you hear is a lot of negative. A lot of time, if you ain't sharp on what you consuming online. You feel me? It's always bogus. So like I said, I'm
Yeah,
glad to hear
yeah.
people do that. I'm getting older. I'm wanting to hear more. I want to see more seeds get watered when I'm consuming shit during the day. You feel me? I don't want to just mindlessly surf all day. So like I said, I'm glad, and I want my people to know who watch mine to definitely tap in and check out, bro. Anything he doing with that, because like I said, he's always dropping some type of jewel, bro. If it ain't game on the music, it's on life or on just how to navigate, the day-to-day world, man. Just overall good message, period. You feel me?
right, right.
So
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
man,
what's
because everybody need encouragement, man. Like it don't matter how. Listen, man, success ain't easy. All right, success ain't easy, and dealing with regular life trials and tribulations on top of trying to succeed at the same time, boy, that's a big challenge for a person. And the main thing to do there is no matter what, withstand that weather. Like if it get a little windy, put an extra hoodie on, man. If it start raining too hard, get a raincoat. Like you still gotta travel that. You feel me? You can't give up, man. You can't give up. I ain't gonna lie, it's mad times I be like, man, I'm done with this. I ain't doing it. And then I got a strong team, like Rick be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Then you got me and him going back and forth for like an hour. Then I've been hung up on him. And I'm calling back like, damn, bro, you was right, you right. But that's just the way it be. Like sometimes you get discouraged, but it's great when you got a backer that ain't gonna let you fall, that ain't gonna let you get discouraged. Ain't no stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Mhm.
for sure, bro. Like success ain't like I go through it too, bro. Sometimes I be like, man, I'm done podcast, I'm done doing it. But I feel like just when that happened, like something different, something to come up. You know what I'm saying? Something to come up, whether it's somebody like you said telling me, or just be a sign somebody new reach out and want to get on the platform. So it's like, damn, I ain't gonna let it die. And for real, bro, success, like I love this shit. So like success is just being able to put the piece together to do it. You know what I'm saying? When the bad come, that'd be
Right,
great. But just to be able to do this shit, like I said, chop it up with guys like you, meeting guys like Buckz. There's so many people I met just doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just the different interactions with people, bro. Like for real, that shit to me,
right,
bro, is almost like pays off. You know what I mean?
right, right,
So
right.
tell the people about your music, bro. What's some of the music they could catch from you, bro? Where what's up? Where can they find it at? What you got coming
Oh
up?
man, you can find it on all platforms, man. Gangland, Ill City's Gangland. Tap on to that. That's one of the latest projects we did as a whole. We got a lot of independent art music coming out. Going there too. Look for ODM, Ill City's ODM out the mud. Shout out to my brothers, man. They going hard too. The videos is crazy, man. Check all platforms too. Big Stop got something good ready to drop, man. Like that boy's a problem. Lyrically canon. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole team is canon. Like it's it's no other way to put it. Like, and once
Nah,
one
for
go
sure.
all going on. Like it's like a it's like man. Listen, that's a powerful drum, man. That's a powerful drum, man. And
Not to who's your top five in the game right now that you be listening to? Who would you have to say your top five is you listen to right now?
oh man, um, I'm still a Scarface Tupac fan, dog. So
Okay.
they're my first two. They're my first two right there. Then um, I gotta go with I gotta go with Jeezy,
Okay.
Young Jeezy. Then uh, my boy Ti be talking to him. I first with Ti, and I would probably say I don't know, like I say BG too, man. That's my dog.
Oh no, I rock with
Then
Chopper City. Yeah, I ain't a fan of the new shit, but the old shit, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The
the
old shit, I'm
old
with it.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah, the old shit.
yeah.
Yeah. I have another little off the wall question for you, bro. If you had to build your perfect song, bro, I want you to pick your producer for the beat, and I want you to pick your feature and include yourself. Who would it be, bro?
um, whoever produced that Mary joint with Scarface on it to remake that, and my feature would be Face. My
So you're a
feature would
big
be
Face
Face.
fan. So you're a big Face fan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my guy, man. Like Face, that was my era. Like we grew up on Face. Like at you know, if you like you had to
I know.
really be outside to fuck with Face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Face was Face like Pac,
Hey,
like
still
Pac.
Goody Mob. Some folks might remember Goody Mob though. They might remember Goody Mob.
Hmm.
They might remember
You
him from
said
the
Goody
Goody
Mob.
Mob days. Yeah, they might remember him from them.
Oh,
So, some older
yeah.
people, man. Why you think he don't get that recognition, bro? That up there like everybody else, like the Ti and shit like that.
Face ain't looking for it. Sometimes when you from certain parts of the world, you won't really chase that glamour life. All that stage presence and 50,000 awards, man. Everybody ain't off there. They focus on it the way they focus on it. That's me, man. Like I don't need all that stage stuff. I'm not big on that.
Oh no,
Whatever
I
work
feel
I
you.
put in, cut the check. Whatever work I put in, cut the check. Let me go about my business. We handle business. It's business, man. It ain't. I'm not. I don't need that. If I gotta come out for a video shoot, or, you know,
Oh no, it's definitely a music. You
um,
know, there's a difference. Like I said, everybody ain't doing it for the music business though. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in it for the. Some people, like I said, just kind of playing around. You know how it go.
you
But
gotta make it count too, though. You gotta make it count too, though, man. Because you gotta. I feel like like me doing features ain't just like I could just okay, come on, send me the brother. Nah, that's gotta go to a channel because of the situation I'm in. It's real life over here. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real, and it's all documents and things that procedures that gotta be followed with that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because of, but but I feel like that's the best way to handle them, especially when you if you pushing to a point to where you feel like you're extremely making a strong impact, then why not think like that?
for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, you definitely have to
You
package shit
know,
the right way. If you think your shit like that and you think it's going somewhere, you have to have that shit like you say packaged and for the proper people to even receive it. You feel me? Because some people ain't even
right?
gonna receive that shit if it ain't kind of the right way. And that's some of the struggles I had starting off, just not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking the music, not thinking like shit. The music got to be packaged no matter how good or bad it is. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not in a certain
Right.
way, it's still you're dead. Before it could even hear the right channels. You know what I'm saying? The right people pick it up. But like I said, I'm
Right.
glad to hear you talk about that as well, bruh. Um, like what are the things that you think artists 100% for sure need in a tool bag, bro?
Self confidence first and foremost, man, because don't don't talk it and don't walk it, man. I mean, like if you're saying you know how to get out there, if you're saying you know how to get out there and get to it and make it happen for yourself, then that's what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us, in generally speaking, we get we're not self motivated enough to have that much confidence in ourselves. You gotta have confidence, man. You gotta believe that you can do what you're saying. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure.
Like, and so some people get to a point of it and then they be like, nah, I can't make it to this point. Fuck it, I'm gonna fall back. How many people that fell back from pursuing this lane?
A lot, bro. A lot.
You
Even
feel
since I
me?
done started my little shit, a lot, bro.
And it be like that. It be like that, man, because it's like we become impatient. We all do. We all victims of that. At somewhat
Yeah,
point,
man.
we become impatient. But like that's why I said you got to be prepared to lose money in order to gain what you're trying to gain, because you gotta invest money into what you're trying to push out and let that shit slowly progress on its own.
Facts.
You can't
Facts.
look
I think
you
a lot
can't
of
look
people
for that
get, like you
return.
said, they get that greed. They get greedy. They thinking like because they invest, say they take one video, they got a good song, they like it, the hood like it, they invest in the video, it don't shake. You know what I'm saying? So now they get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? They like I don't want to invest the same way. But my thing is consistency, bro. Consistency because, bro, it's not overnight, and it's just one song. How can you expect one song to change your life? Everybody ain't gonna have that moment, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true, man. see, the thing is consistency too, though. Like you said, feeding off of what you're saying about one song. Some people write a hit, and, you get 10 people that's on it, and you think that's the one, and you just push that, and you just say screw everything else. So right now, nah, it ain't that. You got to keep going. Like, yo, man. Like, let me tell you something, man. Rick, this boy, this boy. I'm telling you, this boy was working so hard. I might shoot a video for something that I just recorded 2 days ago and don't even remember the verse. So now I got to remember that, and at the same time, I got a session coming up right after the video shoot. So I'm trying to remember what the fuck I got for that too. So it's like, sometimes you put in them positions where you got to overwork your brain, but you got to be ready. You got to be ready
For
for it. You
sure.
ask for it, you got to be ready for it. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like I said, man. You got to be ready for it. That's my biggest advice, man, to anybody. Whatever you trying to pursue in life and you ask for it, you better be ready for it.
Yeah. No,
You
I
better be
think,
ready
like I
for
said, I think I use everything as like practice. Even like I said, the small show, I treat it like it's a big show. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want to, I don't know, you work out, right? So muscle memory, right? You want your muscle to memory,
it.
same thing
Right,
like your kind of like your brain. Like if you talking about having your verses on put be able to put them bitches up in your head, or at least be able to deliver them shits properly when it's time. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of artists, a lot of us lack that shit. But I'm used to sports, bro. So I try to tell people who asked me, treat it like Steph Curry, bro. That man's the best 3-point shooter. He's still shooting threes, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Or you could think about how
right,
sweet you are as a rapper. We all could be, bro. We could think we the best in the fucking world, bro. But guess what? We ain't Steph Curry. We ain't got his
right,
bag. And guess what? Obviously, we need to keep
right.
practicing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
That's
You know,
it.
and I mean that
That's
respectfully. I mean
it.
that respectfully to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. You got to though. You before you can get up, you got to fall. So I mean, it's really nothing else to say on it. Like, you know, you can't just write a joint you think is hot and then tomorrow expect to be signed with $1 million deal. It don't work like that.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of people don't even know the difference between the deals, and then they prepare to sign things that they really don't know what they're signing. And like I had a lot of offers in my lifetime, and I refused a few because I'm just not a fan that you throwing money in my face and thinking that's I can make my own money. For one, I go hard.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't the money, like it's the longevity of the deal. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of them, I wasn't understanding the full phase, and it was just looking shaky to me. And then they throw these little numbers out there, and they think, okay, you're supposed to jump. See, I'm not one of them that just jump for numbers. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you.
Because you can wind up jumping in the wrong deal, man. I know a lot of cats that then signed off on some shit that they wish they could turn back from. I would never put them out there, but cats you listen to every day, like what I'm saying. So it's you got to remember, you got to do your homework on what you and who you trying to group with.
Oh, for
You
sure. You
feel me?
definitely could sign. We hear it all through rap, right? People crying about they deal, and my thing is, bro, it's hard to feel bad for most of them because, like you said, a little bit of research, and if you got the money, get a lawyer to look it over, right? You can only sign yourself to
Mhm.
something, right? You can't. They ain't
Right.
forcing your hand on that piece of paper, right? So like, yeah, I want everybody listening to know, man. Are you chasing deals? A lot of them aren't good. I've even had a couple of my short little span of this music shit, and they haven't been good. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
and like you
Right.
said, a lot of well, bro. I don't know how you feel. I feel like as a creator, bro, for somebody to there's no value, there's no dollar value per se, right? Like especially no small one, right? On to say like you're gonna take my
Right.
creativeness, right? You're taking mine, what I create. You cannot create that, right? So you need me to
Right.
create something, and then you want me to create it how you want me to create it. On top of that, sometimes the stipulations be weird, like, and that's what happened with me, like the stipulations were weird.
Right.
Like we want you to create this, and this can't reflect that. And like I said, a lot of people think that they rappers change. It's like, nah, the niggas not changing. They just got obligations to fulfill, and these are the ways they have to fulfill them, right? It's like they might want you to do a
right,
certain type of music, right? And I'm not cool with that. I don't want to be having to leave certain shits of my life out of the music because my music is heavy about my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to have to say, oh, I can't rap about drugs. Even though I don't glorify it, but I don't want to be able to say I can't, or I can't do music with certain people because that's what they do too, you know. So people be cautious, man. You know, chasing that rabbit hole, you can't get lost. You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure.
right.
You know what I
I
mean?
mainly, yeah, it makes sense, make the most sense, man. You
Yes.
know, it's music is funny though too, man, because it's all kinds of music. So for everybody that indulges in music, no matter what lane of music, you know, I I always believe like this, right? Somebody taught me that you got to know what it takes to become versatile, and I found that to be very interesting in the music because that's what makes you an artist that can actually, float to hella different shit. And you know what I mean? You wind up on a lot of different shit in life from showing your versatility.
Oh, for sure. You definitely don't want to put yourself in a box. Look at Big X the Plug. He doing all the country shit now. You would have thought, look at Jelly Roll, just to use a white rapper. Like that man started white, was came out
Yeah,
rapping and then flipped the switch. Now he country and he really getting received. Like he getting his paper behind it. You know what I mean? Honestly,
right, right.
you know.
Any paper is
Uh,
good paper, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's like I said, if I can get pay the bills by doing what I like to do, then shit. How can you complain as long as it's not jeopardizing your character, right? Long as it ain't got you out of
Right,
pocket,
right,
and I won't do that,
right.
and I preach that to my people too. I won't make music with just
Yeah,
anybody
I'm not.
because shit like that.
Right.
Another thing I ask guests, bro, if you knowing what you know now in life, bro, what would you tell your younger self about life, bro?
You broke up.
I said, I always ask guests this. I said, if you could look at your younger self, knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself about life?
Hmm, that's deep. Um,
Oh yeah, we
looking
talking
at
to town, bro. We
myself.
try to get the people talking. We want to get the
Look,
people
look,
talking. It's talking to town. So you know,
I
you could take a
what I
second.
would tell my what I would tell my younger self now,
Yeah, if you
as
could come back in
opposed to
time and
back
tell
then.
your younger self before you hopped out, before you ever jumped off the porch, bro.
I would tell my younger self, uh, no bullshit. I tell my younger self to be a lot more prepared than what I was. But at the same time, I would just tell my younger self, and this might mess your head up a little bit. I tell my younger self, great job. You'll see it as you get older.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day,
that's
without my
powerful.
younger self, it wouldn't be no present self. So I don't want to go against my younger self. I'm going to tell my younger self how to congratulate himself for when he get a certain level, which is myself now. That on your success because to overcome what I overcame. I mean, shit, that's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
blessing.
salute to you, bro. Like I said, anybody prison, anybody can still be standing after the streets, prison, anything like that, bro. I don't think other people respect it on a daily. Not to respect a normal person's life, but I don't think people understand having to lose it all, be away from friends and family, bro. And you know what I'm saying, watching your friends get missing in the system, get missing in the street, and still kind of walk in power, bro. It's not an easy task. Like I said, salute off to you. I really wanted you to be, like I said, I wanted people to hear this interview months and months ago. You know what I'm saying? Needed to just see people that is still standing tall, bro. That's still out here making moves. You know what I'm saying? Both in the music and both in the and even in the business. Like I said, bro, you got your CDL. Look at that. You an example to somebody right now sitting there looking crazy. Like, damn, I wish I can get up in the truck. Nah, you can get up in the truck, bro. You see people is doing it, so you know what I'm saying. I definitely appreciate you always dropping them gems on people, bro, just to see that all this shit possible, bro. Before we get out, you anybody you want to shout out, man, and any final words you want to say to the people, bro, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Once again, man. One thing I want to say for a quote for bro, rest in peace, Bucks. Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, Bucks always wanted to see you push to your max capacity, and so my words off of that is push to your max capacity. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Get that attitude, get that fire up under yourself. And believe it or
Facts.
not, the more you become independent, the more it's easy to work with people. And,
Right.
and you gotta really, you gotta really think. They gotta really think about what I'm saying. The more you become independent, the more it's easier to work with people. Because then you ain't gonna expect shit. So when
Right.
you group, you meeting. It's connecting. It's not pulling or pushing. It's connecting.
Right. Right.
Equally balanced, man.
Now that's
So,
one thing he wanted us to artists like bro to work together to learn, bro, to learn how to do shit for ourselves so that other people don't take advantage of us. You get what I'm saying? Like know that you know how to produce your music and what quality and work with other artists so you know what it's like to be around other artists. Like he definitely was big on that, bro. Dude really wanted to see I know me personally and the people that he who was around me always pushing us, bro, to just be artists, like truly be an artist. Don't just say you're a rapper without doing rapper shit. You feel me?
that, that part, that part.
For
And
sure, for
that's
sure.
it, man. Like, and always remember, time plus patience equals everything. In time, you develop patience, but then that time and patience, you develop whatever it is you're trying to conquer in life. But remember,
Fact.
it's time plus patience. You gotta do it in that order in order to
Facts.
succeed. Real
Facts.
shit, man. You
Facts.
already
Now,
know, man.
we definitely appreciate you tapping in, bro. I want everybody to go follow Niikii Kage, bro. That's two eyes, K, two eyes, a cage with a K, man. You know, I'm all about building brands too, bro. We trying to build brands too, man. So y'all check out Ill City. Make sure y'all check out anything him and Ill City got going on, bro. When I post these
Oh,
clips, I'll be posting your anything, your music videos or anything to go with it, bro. Just because, like I said, I'm all about networking. You never know who's on my line that wants to be on yours. You feel me? That you just ain't encountered yet. Yeah, you know, I mean, that's another big thing. Buckz, like I said, Buckz created the name of this shit. He wanted this to be about us artists pushing each other to do dope shit, bro. Us networking. Anybody need anything inside the network, use me inside my network. Holla at Niikii Kage. I'm sure he'll help you. Anything he can help you with, as far as get, you know, if you
oh,
need any
definitely.
features from him, tap in with him, bro. Bro, pretty willing to work with different artists. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, but you know he'll point you in the right direction. Um, and like I said, bro, we're gonna have to get something together to do a remembrance performance, bro, for kind of him and any of these 814 artists want to display their talent. I know you talked about it. We talked about it briefly on the phone, bro. But I definitely want to orchestrate that. You know, familiar with the area, but I'll get us a sound man if you can get us a location. You know what I'm saying? And
I bet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go from there. I'll get Sasha. I can get talk to Sasha, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot saying your name on the live, Sasha. But yeah, I definitely I got to. You know, he's off of the cast, but it's a good cause, right? Like, if for real, like I think some of the big thing with us artists, bro, mental health wise, just to reach on that for a second before we get out of here, is that we need people to believe in us, right? We need that as much as we believe in
Yeah.
ourselves. It also feels better and keeps us moving forward when we got the support, even if that's a like, a comment, a share, whatever the fuck it is. Even if that's just you popping up saying, damn, bro, like I ain't even tell Nicky to show up and he up at the place. You feel me? So like shit like that, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, shit like that is dope. You know what I'm saying? All of us need to be, you know, more active on that. That's me included. I'm saying everything I say to people, I say to myself. So once again, bro, Nicky, appreciate you chopping it up with us, bro. Check him out once again. That's N two
Definitely.
eyes K two eyes Kage, Cage, man. He's on all platforms. Got some dope YouTube videos and shit. I'll be posting up with him, man. And yeah, bro, we'll be tapping in, man. I'm gonna hit your line, bro.
That part. Stay
All
up, bro.
right. You too, man. Stay safe.
That part.